Oops. Hey guys, BradM73 here. Welcome back to, what is this? Month 17, issue, I think 65. Just arrived about 10 minutes ago, and I'm doing my unboxing. Yeah, I actually kind of finished everything that I was doing with the Falcon a few weeks ago, and about 2 weeks ago, and so that's when I did my last episode, and like, it's been so painful waiting for this this month to get here. Okay, so here we have it. We've got issue 86. We've got two top plates for the hull. I think that's the last issue. I think it's 65, 66, 67, and 68. I want to do more. There's the other hull recess. And then, let's see, this should be 65. So we got quite a bit to do. And we'll actually be starting off with issue 65. And I will throw this somewhere else. And yeah, we got issue 65. It's so funny, like, all the covers are starting to become so similar. It's like, hey, it's the same color, except the shading is slightly different, and this one has its lights on. Not that big of a deal, but we will look through all of these as we go, but I'm going to get started on issue 65, and look at all these little pieces. It's so cool. Man, those are some nicely detailed pieces. They're pretty small and delicate. Like, here's this little A-looking thing, which I'm not exactly sure what that goes to, but definitely cool. Oh, this is, well, I don't know. We'll find out in issue 66, apparently. And then we will finally start putting on the top hull pieces. I don't know if you can see, but it'll go, I think that one goes right there, actually. Yes! So we'll almost have the rear part of the top hull done by the end of this month. And I really wish that I would get next month, because next month, I think we actually start getting parts of the mandible. I found a really good link online that actually has all of the instructions, just the instructions out of the, out of each of the issues up to issue 77, and I'm assuming that kind of like every week they'll update it with the next one. So I'll roughly be, 12 episode, well, 8 to 12 episodes. I'll be able to see out into the future 8 to 12 episodes, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. And I just realized that my little gun is bent there. All right, so in issue 65, we've got the Slave 1 Part D. I don't even remember when Part 1 was. The Fire Spray Special, Slave 1 Part 2. So we've got information about that. Pretty cool. That guy, is that supposed to be Jango Fett? Boba Fett had his own. Okay. So anyway, it's got some good information. Vasek 3, General Grievous. That guy, who apparently is Grievous's pet. That's what it says. Smuggling compartments. It's so painful to see CGI Jabba the Hutt. You remember that scene when, in the special edition, when Han Solo walks over his tail and he goes, it's so cheesy. I'm sorry. I'm bringing back bad memories. And then you've got Chewbacca, and what was Chewbacca's, kid's name in the Christmas special? Like, they had the worst names. It was like, one was named Poopy and one was named Pee-Pee, and no, nothing like that, but I just remember the names were equally as terrible. All right, so I think all we're doing is just installing these two pieces. It's going to be so fast. It's going too quickly. All right. Well, here, I'll pop. We will pop this out. I guess I probably need the assembly jig. So let me get that really quick. Okay, I realized I may not have had the camera in the best position there. So if it wasn't, I sincerely apologize. We've got pieces here, but the one we need is issue 65, right? Right? Yes, it is. All right, so let's get started with issue 65. Ow. Set that back there. Uh-oh, I just dropped something. I just dropped more somethings. What did I drop? Oh, I dropped the 2-hole connectors. That's very important. We got 3 of them this time. The little instructions, which we won't need. Throw that down there. Yay, we finally get the other piece here. And our last 2 sections of hull framework. I cannot believe we are finally going to be finished with both the upper and lower hull frames. It is going to be super awesome. I cannot wait. Is that empty? Yes, it is. Throw that down in my bin here. All right, so first it is asking us, well, no, it's telling us, because that's just the way it does. It's telling us that, oh, you guys can't really see what I'm doing, can you? I've got my little parts bin out here, and I've got to get a bunch of these screws because we have to use 2 screws to attach the connector to the end of the radial rib, which is this guy. Since it's going to go in like this, we are going to have to attach it. Let's see, I want to make sure I get the orientation correct, like this. Is that right? I think so. So I'm going to just take this first screw here and I'm going to pop this in like so, and then where's my cap? Okay, I think this is my Loctite, and let me just adjust the camera ever so slightly. Hopefully have a little bit more room. And I need to get, actually I need to shake this up. Shake it up, shake it up. All right. Wait, is this the, that doesn't look like Loctite. That looks like something way more grosser. All right, let me see here. Yeah, I always keep bottle caps for my water bottles so that I can, reuse them as, paint mixers, or in this case, thread lock. Vestibules. Okay, so we need another one of those long screws. Actually, we're going to need 4 of them, so I might as well just start. Okay, there's one. Might as well fish the other ones out of here, because I know they're in there. Okay, there we go. 2. Okay. Alright, cool. Set the screws aside there, and again, we are just going to get some Loctite on here. And we're going to pop that in the second hole. Okay, now this first screw, I'm just going to take it out. Let me see if I... Yeah, this one's a little bit more magnetized. I'm just going to take that out, put some Loctite on there, and then put this back in. The tip of that screwdriver is just absolutely stripped out. It is no use to me anymore. They should send a second... I think I said this before, that they should send a second screwdriver with issue 50, just so we have that. Okay, so we've got this piece. Okay, so now we need to set that right in here. So it's going to go down like that. Make sure that the front of the rib is in the notch there. Hook the inner turret ring. Okay, so then first we screw it in there. Let's see if I have. There we go. Wonder what I did with my magnetizer. I have like an old electric, like a neodymium electric motor, or the shell of an electric motor with neodymium magnets. And oh, there we go. Kind of have to shift it back and forth until you get it to connect. Anyway, I've got this shell around for like an old electric motor. I think I pointed it out in one of the earlier episodes. Actually, I'm positive that I did. And that's just, if you have screwdrivers that are not magnetized and you wish to magnetize them, most but not all screwdrivers are magnetizable. You can just stick it next to a magnet. The more powerful the magnet, the better. And magnetize it. Alright, so this is not really the best. Okay, once I screw it down in there, it's going to be much better. Oh, okay. This one is open, so I'm going to use the screws out of that. Don't know how many I'm going to need exactly, so I'm going to pour several out, and then we will continue on with assembling this. Oh, here are the big screws that are going to hold the large plastic plates in place for the upper hull, which we'll be doing in a few episodes. So anyway, this fits in like this, I hope. Loctite. Always Loctite. Never forget. Uh-oh. Okay, there's one. Oh, actually I need to do these first. No, come on. Okay. And there's actually the two screws on the outside, well, right in here. Hopefully you can see it in the camera, but I needed to screw those in, and I totally forgot because I'm I'm just forgetful. All right, so we'll make sure that these are screwed down there. All right. All right, so now we'll finish up with the rest. All right, so the front, actually it tells us to screw this one in first, but I'm feeling adventurous today. Great. Maybe I should have screwed that one in first. Alright, we're going to have to unscrew this to get it. There we go. Ah! This doesn't feel like it's even remotely fitting. There we go. Alright, let's try this again. Loctite. Okay, it's pulling it up there. And this is really... Okay, I think I got it. All right, cool. Almost out of Loctite already. All right, so we got this screw. This should go right in without a problem. It looks great. It looks like it's aligning just perfectly. And whammo. All right, so we've got that done, that done. Now we need a 2-hole connector. What did I do with those? There they are. Okay. I'm going to need another drop of Loctite for sure. There we go. Ah. Okay. So one is going to go down here. Looks like I'm going to need a few more of the black button head screws. Again, just getting my Loctite. Don't want to tighten it all the way just yet. I want to get both of these pieces, or both of the screws in. Okay, just got to always make sure you get enough Loctite on those screw heads, on the threads. Not the heads, but the threads. Heads and threads, you know, sound similar, but they're not the same. All right. There we go. There we go. And the last hull frame piece. Will it fit? Yes, it will. All right. Okay, we have to do this front corner. Well, I'll say front right, but it's like the inner right corner. From my perspective, at least, it will be the upper left one. From yours, I would imagine. Okay. All right, it's almost done. Ah. Okay. It doesn't give us like very specific directions on how to screw this piece in, other than to just do it. You just got to do it. All right, 4 more screws. We will be finished with this stage. All right, another 2-hole. One, two, yeah, and that's it. You know, once we get these screws in, that is it. It's been a short episode, nothing too crazy. I need the 2-hole connector. Okay. Last screw, and then we'll tighten all the, tighten all the screws down. Get this screwdriver here. This one's nicer. It's got a wider grip, so you can get a little bit more torque when you're tightening the screws down. This might need a little bit more. There we go. All right. Well, that's it. I think in the next episode, let's see, this is 65, we're at 66. I think in issue 66 is basically where we're attaching all of the hull framework. And you knew how painful that was in the last time I did that. What was that? Issue 46, 45, something like that. So you guys know that I've already attached some of the framework with screws, not all the screws, but with some of the screws. What other parts do we get? Oh, we get the parts for the recess. So in the next issue, I'm pretty sure we screw everything down, and then in issue 67, we actually assemble the recess. And then in issue 68, I think we put all of the hull pieces on the back. What I'm going to do is flip this over. And we are going to just kind of pop this piece into place. I hope. Oh, I know why it's not going, because this has to be under the lip. There we go. Much better. Oh, pops right in place now. Good deal. All right, so let's flip this back over. We're going to attach that. Oh, there we go. All right, so we need some screws to do so. Here is a small packet of the threaded screws there. And I'm just going to use all these. I'm just going to go around and kind of randomly start screwing things in where it needs to be. Now, I do want to make sure that I don't screw these two in here. And, that's weird. There's only 2 screws that are going to hold this recess in place. That's bizarre, because the other side had screws down here at the bottom. Actually, I have the recess right here. Yeah, it almost looks like maybe these 2 screws I will unscrew and screw that back in when we get to that stage. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Just something to note. But I just want the lower hull, or the upper hull, to look as complete as possible. This thing is so awesome. Model Space has been pretty good about shipping on Thursday and my package arriving the following Saturday. I think the same thing happened last time. I may be wrong, but I think it did. Make sure that's fairly snug. And again, I don't want to do these 2, but we'll do these 2 outer holes. Actually, we can do that one right there too. I think. Wait, that one is not... Oh, there we go. Is that screwed on? Doesn't really feel like it's screwed all the way in, but... Like, I don't want to strip it out, so... Well, no, I guess it is kind of sucking it up against there. Okay. It is kind of hard to strip these out. Like, they definitely, when you're done screwing, they definitely get much tighter. Like right there. Oh, and it just tightened up, so, okay. And we've got 2 more screws. So put this one here. So in the next episode, I'm not going to really be going exactly by the issue. But I will be going around and actually, filling in all the rest of these holes, and my hand is not looking forward to it. So, so that's why I'm kind of doing these other ones right now, so that when we go back, and we won't have to do quite so many screws. We'll have to go through. See, I think all these too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, these do not have Loctite on them, and that's another thing I'm going to have to do, is actually go back through, because those these are the screws that I first started off with. I wasn't even really sure if Loctite would be needed, and so all of these screws, because this is the very first panel we assembled. We'll have to go back through and retighten and Loctite all of these screws. So I'm starting to do that right now, just so I've got a little bit longer of an episode for you guys. But if you guys are just starting off the kit, or you haven't started it yet but you are planning on it, definitely get Loctite. It will be a godsend later, because it just keeps all the screws from backing out. Okay, I got that one, and it's going to kind of help maintain the structural integrity of the framework over the 2 years during your assembly. And trust me, it will. There's no doubt in my mind. Yeah, these screws are coming out no problem. Some of them are actually not quite so tight. And again, they've just kind of been sitting here in my office over, last summer, this winter, this past winter, and then, we're going into summer. So just the heating and cooling is going to cause those to kind of loosen up over time. So it's just something to be aware of. A lot of people don't even think about it. And they're like, why are my screws loosening over time? This one is pretty tight. Did I? Oh yeah, I must have Loctited this one before, because that definitely has Loctite on it. Definitely. So we'll have to Loctite that one again. I'm gonna assume that one. Yep. Basically, I just put very little, pressure to remove it, and to twist counterclockwise, and if the thread starts to break, not literally, but the tension breaks without much effort, then yeah, you definitely don't have any Loctite. This one actually feels Loctited. And it is. So I don't know why some of these are Loctited and some of them are not. But they're not. That one definitely is not. Yep. No Loctite on that one. So anyway, that is it for this episode, guys. I'm going to finish doing the rest of these screws off screen. I'm sure that, see, that one feels Loctited. And it is. I can see it already. Yeah, I'm going to, just finish the rest of these off screen. I think I said I would do that last time, but I am going to do it this time. But I appreciate you guys watching. We'll come back in the next episode. We'll finish up the rest of the screws, just so you can see the pain that I go through for you guys. I also have some time this weekend. I may actually prime the lower hull in black, finally. We're going to see about doing that. See, some of these are... Yeah, some of this, it has been Loctited. So they're still somewhat loose. So not sure why. I'm assuming if I did this one screw, I've had to have done the rest. These had to have been Loctited. These definitely were. Okay. What about this? Nope. See, that one was loose. It wasn't even all the way tightened. But yeah, we'll finish up the rest of the screws in the next issue, and then it'll well, I will say it'll. I almost said it's going to be a short issue or a short episode, but it's not going to be. It's going to be long. It's going to be painful. I'm probably going to want to take a week off just to rest my hand. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Alright guys, here's the last screw I'm going to do. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying the video, if you're finding all of my tips and pointers helpful, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Please comment, let me know how your build is going. And please subscribe if you haven't done so already for this and many more videos. I'm Brad M73, and this has been issue 65. Oh, I almost forgot. I need to flip it over. Hey, why is there a screw there? Or a bolt there. Oh, it's from this. Okay, never mind. Tragedy averted. I just wanted to flip this over so you guys could see the finished framework with the last couple hull plates before we get all the other hull plates. We're only going to get, I think there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 pieces. We're only going to get 4 pieces this month, so the hull is still not going to be finished. But next month, we'll get the 5th piece. We'll also get the big piece down here, plus the other little, the last cover piece. We'll get all the magnets. So we should be pretty much closing in on getting this upper hull completed, at least the panel work, next month. So that should be like towards the end of June. Today is May 20. I think today's May 28th. It could be the 29th, though. By the time this episode goes up, it's probably going to be like May 31st or June 1st. I think it's May 31st is Tuesday. I also want to point out today is Memorial Day weekend. So to all the service members out there who have sacrificed and paid the price, I want to thank all of them. My father was one of those who served in the U.S. Navy. And even though my father's gone, I still want to give my thanks to him. So if you have somebody in your family who is still with you, who has served in the military, please do not forget to thank them today, as well as pay respects to those who have fallen or have gone. So thank you so much for watching Star Wars Build the Millennium Falcon with me, Brad M73. We'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.